Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 long play video. This is a relatively new series on the channel where essentially I build in real time and you guys can have me on in the background when you're cooking some food, when you're relaxing in bed, when you're doing some chores, whatever you would like to do while I am building in The Sims 4, then you absolutely go ahead and do that. Today we are going to be building 3 houses, hopefully, on this lot in Willow Creek. This is the Garden Essence lot. It is a 40 by 30 lot as well. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to fit 3 houses on here. Now, each of these houses are going to be move-in ready houses, which means I'm going to be laying out the floor plans and partially decorating. So the kitchens will be done and also the bathrooms and of course the landscaping, etc. So without any further ado, let's jump on in. And as I'm building, I'm going to be popping on the screen the reference images that I'm using to try and sort of mash these together in The Sims 4 to make these look like 3 houses that are supposed to belong together. So the first house I'm going to work on, I'll pop it on the screen for you now. I'm going to try and build it in the middle because I think out of the 3 of them, this is probably the larger of the houses. Now you'll have to bear with me because I am likely going to be making some changes here and there as we go through, but that's quite typical for me, to be completely honest, so just bear with me. So these houses are relatively simple in shape and size, which is good. It's a really good thing. So I'm quite excited to see what these are going to look like, to be honest. I don't want them to be particularly big houses either, because obviously we do need to fit 3 on this lot, but that's, I think, as wide as I'd like to take this one, but I'm tempted to maybe add some bump outs on the side, so we will see how we get along here. I'm going to pop this here and then just drag this out as well. Okay, and we are going to put them on a foundation, all of these houses, because I think houses just look better on foundations, to be completely honest. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but I definitely am one of those people. Okay, so that's the basic shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on the roofing here, just so we can kind of get a good idea of what we are working with. And I'm likely going to be adding little bits here and there on the back, whatnot. So for example, I am going to pull this out to match the front. I think that just makes the most sense, and as well with the roofing at the back. I don't want the roofing at the back to look all janky. It needs to look somewhat coherent and consistent. So let's just see how we're looking here. Now, I think in the reference image, this bit is slightly wider, so I might pull this out, to be honest, and see how that feels. I think that looks a little bit better. And then let's not forget the bits at the back as well. Pull this out. We're going to be adjusting the roof in just a minute. I just want to make sure that I am satisfied with everything else that we've got going on here. So I'll just lift that up ever so slightly. And fun tip, if you hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, if you're a PC user, then you can actually, rather than the roof snapping into place like this, it goes quite smooth. So you've got a little bit more kind of control on the pitch of the roof. So just in case anyone wasn't aware of that, it's just a nice little tip to to have under your belt there. So we've got like a little bit of roof here. So I'm going to go in with this one and see how this feels. I'm not convinced at the minute, so I might go in with this one instead. This more matches, I think, the reference image. But I don't know about that. Let's adjust the pitch, maybe. Yeah, I'm not liking that either. We might have to have a little play around with this and see how I feel about everything. Oh, that might be better, actually. The 6-sided one. Yeah, I would say that's a little bit better. I'm not quite sure I like how wide this house is. But what I'll likely do is get the basic shapes down first, and then we can start adding or taking away any bits that we're not really liking. I think that's a pretty solid plan. And it's been so long since I've done any partially furnished houses. And in a recent video of mine, I did actually ask some of you what your preferences are, and it was quite a mixed response. When I basically asked the question of, when you're downloading houses from the gallery, do you download them fully furnished and playing them as they've been built, or do you download them not furnished and then you go in and furnish them? And the results were very mixed. I was quite surprised. I thought most people would download houses that are fully furnished, but I think it was like a 50-50 split between the two. So I was quite surprised at that. So let's start working on the second house. I might pop this one over here. I think this is the smallest one, so maybe actually we could pop that one over here instead. Let's just have a look here. I'll put the reference image on the screen for you so that you can again see what we're working towards here. This is a much simpler shape, so and I think, like I said, it is smaller, I would say, than this house that we've just built. It's very simple. It's very simple, but we like that about this house. We do. Sometimes simple is good. And it just means we can do a little bit more with the landscaping and everything else. So let's just see here. And we've got kind of a porch situation on the front of this one, which I really like actually. So it's kind of like this, and it's got a roof on the top of it. So let's replicate that. We might have to shimmy this house back just a little bit so that it matches up more in line with the middle house, but we'll see. I always think when you build more than one house on a lot, it just looks so good. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but I always think it just looks fantastic. Does anyone else agree? And then we've got like a little roof sort of situation here on the reference image, but I'm gonna have to see if I'm gonna be able to try and match it up somewhat with the roof here. Oh, that actually works. I'm surprised. Okay, because then we've got like, it's a porch, but it's got windows all around it, and I must admit I do quite like that about this house. So we are going to keep that. I might pop a little bump out on the side here. I am tempted. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it'll just add a little bit more dimension to the build. Yeah, you see how it's just added a little something. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this house and move it back just a bit. See how we're feeling with that. Okay, let's shimmy it forward one. Just so it marries up there. We don't have much room on the side, but that's okay. That's not bothering me at all, to be honest. So I'm not too mad about that. Let's pop a little roof on this bit here. I might overhang this bit though, just to make it look a little bit different from the front. Okay, let's save. We always do a save and sip on this channel. So I've just done a cheeky save and sip. So I'd recommend you to do the same if you are building along with me. If not, then it doesn't matter. What I might do on the back of this one is I might pop a porch. A little, not really a porch, it's more like a back deck, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I'd like a bit of a back garden. So that would be nice. And then if we, in fact, I might use a different roof type just to overhang this bit. How are we feeling with that? I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite liking that actually. Okay. Right, that's the second house done. It's quite scary how quickly these are coming together. You know, like a little bit too, it's going a bit too well. And what I'll do now is I'll pop the third reference image on. This is even simpler. This is an even simpler shape than we've seen previously on the other houses. So I am going to make sure the spacing is the same between the houses, because what I can do, this isn't a particularly wide house, so I can always shimmy this one over to give us a little bit more room on this side if we feel like we need to do that. So what I'll do is I'll get the basic shape down, and then I will see just how we're feeling with everything and just take it from there really. So okay, I'm going to lower the pitch of this roof because that's a little bit high at the moment. Oh, should we try and make it the same as this one? Just to make them look a little bit more uniform? You know? Yeah, I think that looks better. It's quite it's a similar house, but it's not the same by any means, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for with these houses. They need to look like they belong next to each other. Obviously, I know that there's a lot of streets, especially in the US, where the houses are completely different from one another, and that is one of the reasons I absolutely adore houses in the US. I'm not saying in the UK that doesn't ever happen, but you know, there's just something about it that makes me want to build it in The Sims. So yeah, that's nice. We could actually pop a little side bit maybe on this one, or even a chimney on the side, so then we don't have to move anything over, because how many we've got? Oh, we've got 3 squares. So let's just have a play around with some bits here. Would a side room be a little bit more beneficial, do we think, rather than a chimney? I'm thinking yes, and I'm also thinking of adding a different roof type compared to the other house, just for something a little bit different. I'm not entirely sure what this little room's going to be, but I'm sure we can work it out when we work on the ground floor there. Should we widen that slightly, maybe? Okay. Perfect. We're going to take this and copy it. Same with the roof. Okay, I'm quite liking how these are looking all together. Everything's evenly spaced out as well. But one thing I have noticed from the first reference image is we've got a bit of an overhang here and a porch, because the front of the house is actually... Sorry, the entrance for the house is actually here. So I'm going to keep it that way. So we need to add a little porch. Okay, brilliant. Right, fantastic. This is looking pretty good. Now comes the painful part. The painful part for me, where I have to try and decide on colour schemes for these houses. So I'm thinking of using the same paneling but in different colour swatches for each of these houses. Now, usually I'm drawn to this one from the Growing Together pack. I do like these. Now, I know I've just built a blue suburban house, but it wasn't the same blue. It wasn't the same blue. We can have a green one and then maybe a white one in the middle is kind of what I'm thinking. But we'll see how we feel. Like, that doesn't look like there's anything on it. That's the only thing. It's very, very bright. Although we could do like a cream. A cream could be nice. How are we feeling with that? And then again with the roofing, I'm thinking of using the same roof, but just in different swatches. Maybe is what I'm thinking. I'm not entirely sure which roof I'd like to use for each of these houses. So while we're deciding, let's pop our roof trim on. Just so we can get a good sense of what these houses are looking like. And then I've just realised we haven't painted this little bit here. Okay, I actually don't mind these so far. I think they look pretty good. I think it all hangs on if we can find a suitable roof for all of these. We could just go black on all of them. Do you think that would be easiest? And that looks good, I think. I think in terms of the foundation, we can perhaps mix things up just a little bit. So for example, we could just go for like a plain white one on here, or we could even have like a cream accent to sort of go with the siding. I think that could be quite nice. And then we could do the same thing like with the green and the blue, because I believe this comes in, yeah, like we can do green for this one. I know they don't 100% match, but I think they look all right. And is there a, yeah, there is a blue one as well. I knew it. Yeah, that's looking quite nice. Okay, yes, I'm quite happy with this so far. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go around all of these houses, place our columns, because for those of you that don't know, I tend to do this with my builds. These ones are from the Parenthood pack. They are a staple and they come out to play in my game quite frequently. So I do like using these. I just think they look really crisp. They make everything look quite fresh, I think. Oh, and I do that every time. Without fail, every time I always misplace at least one. Floor planning these. Oh, I did it twice. Floor planning these is going to be interesting because each house is quite different from the last. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And as I said at the beginning, we are going to be partially furnishing these so that they're move-in ready for you and your Sims to just hop on in game. You can decorate them however you would like, whether that's with custom content or like whatever you like. The floor plans will be done, the landscaping will be done. So I'm coming to the rescue in that respect, but perhaps not with the full furnishing process. But it's been such a long time since I've done this on the channel. It's quite refreshing for me to just sort of go in and do what I need to do, really. Okay, so I think we should work on this one first, maybe. I might have to move this house back, I've just realised, because I've just put this on the front because I've realised that there is in fact like an actual sort of decking leading up to the house, and I would quite like them to... Oh, they do match up. They line up perfectly. Oh, that's brilliant. Now, I've got a door in mind for this house because it does sort of match the door from the reference image, but I cannot for the life of me remember which pack it's from. I think I used it on another Longplay building house. I think it was for our low income single mum house, and I really liked it, but I can't remember. So it might take me a little while to find this, everybody. Oh, it was this one from the Adventure Awaits pack, but just in the white swatch. I thought that was really nice. And then for the windows, I would quite like them to kind of go all the way up to the top. So I know we got some with quite an old kit, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we do have these ones from Growing Together, though. They look taller in the catalogue. They're not going to work. It's these ones. And look, we can have some open and some closed. I think they look quite nice. Let's have a look. Let's pop them down and see how we're feeling about these. What do we think? And then we could even add one here, look, where the window's going inside. Oh no, wait, that looks a bit silly. What about that? Do you know what? I don't mind that. I really don't. The only thing is, I think I might need to add a bit of a detail just here because it's looking a bit odd without that. Oh, that is perfect. Now, in terms of windows, I think I might just go for some base game ones, to be honest. And in the reference image, there's only 2 windows on that top floor, but I think I might add 3. Because I think adding 3 would make it just a little bit more balanced. As well as a window up top here, but I might change that window because it looks quite... Unless we do 4 windows... Ooh, that looks quite nice, actually. I'm quite liking that. I've missed some roof trim here. I was thinking that looks a bit strange. Okay, now let's pop a fence outside. I think my go-to is from the base game. It's this one here, so I might... Is that the one I tend to use outside? It doesn't look very outsidey, but it feels familiar at the same time. I might have to rethink this. We could play around with some different ideas, maybe. So like that, for example, it's kind of nice because it ties in the black from the roof, and it's not one that I usually use, but we can have a bit of a play around with different ones. That's a bit too fancy. What about this? Oh, this is nice. I don't think I've ever used this. Is that from For Rent? That's nice. It's crispy. Looks pretty good. Do these actually come in like more of a sort of bright swatch? Oh, we could give them like a blue tint. And something that I don't usually do, but I quite like that. I think blue door would be going a bit too much with it. Brown door doesn't really work. I think we should just stick with white. And something else that I'm tempted to do as well, I'm tempted to put and it's something that I haven't done for the longest time, but I know when For Rent came out, I used them so much in my builds, and it's the signs that kind of look like for sale signs on these houses. I think that's going to look really good. I'm quite happy with the windows we've chosen on here. Let's come out of debug and live edit so that we can add just some more detailing here. I think would be good, like maybe some pipes on the side, and then we can also add some of these just up in the roof. I always think these are huge, just like by default, so I do tend to size them down. Okay, yeah, this is looking quite nice. I don't really want to add flower boxes because I think for me flower boxes suggests that someone is in the house. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm not entirely sure, but I am tempted to add, should we use an air conditioning unit on one of the other houses maybe? I don't know, I just think the windows and the roof don't make that particularly easy. Let's add a little light outside. I like this one, and I don't really know why. It's cute. Oh, actually, hold on. That doesn't look very good at all, does it? No, we won't be adding that. What about this one? This is from Lovestruck, but it's a bit big. So let's size it down. And then I think... are they from Lovestruck? It's like the numbers on the... Yeah, here we are. I like to add these as well. Oh, look, we've got a blue one. So if we move that up and then move that there. How's that looking? Oh, that looks really cute. Although, should we make that black so that it matches the roof? No, let's stick with white actually. Okay, we definitely need to add some more windows. So let's go back to these base game ones. I was really excited when they added these to the base game. I was like, oh, we definitely need these. So I was super excited when they put them in. Just some real nice crispy windows. Is it just me or are those windows? They're sat quite high, aren't they? I might have to rethink that. That's better. Okay. If that tree could move, that'd be great. Yeah, I think they are sat quite high, aren't they? Not great, but oh well. Let's change some of these as well. Okay, and then maybe pop one there as well. Okay, I'm quite happy with this so far. We definitely need to replicate on the back what we've done on the front, which is one of my... I hate doing this. I don't know what it is. I can't stand it. And I know that it's something that I have to do, obviously, but it's just, I don't know. Just don't really like doing it. So we've got 4, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I always forget how many times I've pressed the 9 key to get them up, so I've always got to check to make sure. Okay, that means they match on the outside, but it just looks a bit odd with that there, but I think I can get past that. I'm pretty sure I can. And I always feel weird putting windows on here because there's going to be windows here, but obviously I know that in real life that is something that would happen, so I need to kind of get over that fear. So anyway, let's work on maybe adding a door to this back decking would be good. If I put it in the center, I think that restricts us. Does it restrict us a little bit? Because typically I would have the kitchen here but the inside's not that big, and I want to kind of keep the porch an enclosed porch. I think I would like to do that. I think that would be the most realistic thing to do. But like I said, putting that there kind of restricts us a little bit, I think. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do here, to be honest. Let's have a think. We definitely need an archway, I would say, leading to the main living space. So then it's kind of open. And then what I'd be tempted to do is add a downstairs bathroom. Maybe here. In fact, pull that out like that. And then maybe have... Yeah, this is going to be quite difficult, I think, to sort of lay out. We could have kitchen, dining room, living room, but the stairs would need to be in the living room, which is something I don't actually mind because I think it makes the house like really cozy. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but I've said this many times about adding stairs into a living room. I just think it looks really nice. And then we would have, obviously, I'd have the door to the bathroom possibly over on this side. I'm not sure how realistic that would be, but like, would you want that there? Oh no, in fact, we could have it coming off the porch, couldn't we? That's not a bad idea. Because then it completely separates that space. And we want a downstairs bathroom, I would say. Wouldn't we? Or would we just have this as like a big open living room? We might need to rethink this, but I'm doing this because I'd like to work out where to put the windows outside. But now that we've kind of said that this is going to be the kitchen, it means that I can maybe put that back in the center. Maybe that's what that means. Again, we'll see how we feel. I don't know now. Let's just see this for a minute. I think that feels pretty good, although I'd maybe want to do that so they're in line with there. Okay. And then if we take our stairs from over here, copy them and pop them on the back. Perfect. And then do the same thing with the fencing. I know we need to add some railings to the stairs, which we will do. Not to worry, we will definitely do that. Okay. Oh, and then we can't forget we've got these as well. So we need to add these. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Is that the most Sims looking house you've ever seen? Because I feel like it is for me. Right, okay, let's take some of these. And we definitely need some windows in this living room, because otherwise it's going to be a very, very dark space. I'm thinking of doing the windows like that, to be honest. And I know they look a bit strange, but we're not really going to see that side of the house from the outside. So I think it's gonna be all right. I think that works out quite nicely. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Kitchen, dining space, living room, downstairs bathroom. This is the open sort of, I don't know, is it called an enclosed porch? I'm pretty sure that's classed as. And then that means we can start floor planning the top floor now. So I think the window placement again might be a bit of a struggle here, but we're going to work with what we've got. It's actually much bigger up here than I thought, which I'm not mad about. I think we're going to have that as maybe the upstairs bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and then the main bedroom is kind of what I'm thinking here. The main bedroom doesn't have an ensuite, but that's all right. I think for a house of this size, that would be quite normal. What am I thinking? How are your Sims going to access there? See, I was just about to be like, oh, that came together really quickly. And your Sims can't even get there. I know that looks terrible, doesn't it? But I think that's the only way to make it work. Oh no. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. To be fair. Unless... You'll have to bear with me here, everyone. I'm trying to do as little editing here as physically possible. It'd be nice if those bedrooms were the same size though. Oh, but that means we're losing a lot of space in this room. Oh, unless... Just bear with me. I mean, they're small bedrooms. Oh dear, I'm making such a meal of this. I'm so sorry, everybody. That's gonna be a tiny bedroom. But, I mean, to be fair, it could be either an office or a nursery. So that, it could work. It could definitely work. I'm gonna just keep telling myself that. It's fine. It's all right. So, small bedroom, nicely sized bedroom. Obviously the main bedroom, the main bathroom for the house as well. It's not very big, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. Pop some lights in here so you can actually see what you're doing when you move in. Oops, no, did not mean to do that. Okay, kitchen, dining room, perfect. Oh, we definitely need some windows up here, don't we? So a window here would be good, a window here would be good, and then we definitely need a window in the bathroom. Oh wait, hold on. Is it? There. Okay. Yeah, that works out quite well. What I'll probably do is I will floor plan them all as we're moving along and adding windows and stuff. So like that house is 100% done now. So we'll do a save and sip. And then we'll move on to the next house and then the next house. And then we might do the landscaping. And then I'm thinking we could then go inside and do the partial furnishing. So laying out the kitchens and the bathrooms and stuff and picking out, you know, floors and paints for the walls and stuff. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. It's looking quite cute. I think for continuity's sake, I might use the same windows but just in different swatches for each of the houses. I just think that makes the most sense. So like for this one, I'm going to use these, but what I might do is add some shutters to these ones. Maybe I might add shutters. I don't know yet. I'm incredibly indecisive. Yes. Okay. That's not looking too bad, but I mean, what I'm thinking, I could we have 3 there instead? Does that make sense? And then I think the door's on the right hand side on this one, but ooh, that's a nice door for this house. We could use that. And then maybe do that. I think this window is going to look a bit silly on top of there, so I might use a different one for this house. Which one exactly? I'm not sure. Like, that doesn't match at all. We've got these. These are from Adventure Awaits as well. that doesn't look too bad, but there's just something about it that's not sitting quite right with me. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but there's just something about it, you know? I mean, what does this one look like? I don't mind that, to be fair. And I might try some shutters, just to try them. Just see how we're looking with them. What do we think? I think shutters could work quite nicely on this house, actually. And I think I might use the same little... What are these even called? I'm not sure what these are called. Corbels? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so I do apologise. Okay. Yeah. We need some columns here as well. I'm thinking... Ooh. These could be nice. These are from the Growing Together pack, but I don't like the fact that, because obviously we've reduced the wideness, we've reduced the width, so sorry, of this roof piece, and I don't like the fact that they kind of, can you see how they're sticking out? As much as I like them and I think they look really nice, I think I might use some different ones. Like these ones from the Love Struck pack are just beautiful. They're beautiful. I've just realised I need to add some hand railings to the stairs, don't I? Like I said I was going to do... When did I say I was going to do that? Ages ago. Do we have ones that match these? I'm not 100% sure. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Because I think they match quite nicely, actually. Can't forget these ones at the back. And in fact, let's take some of these... Put these here as well. Oh, and we definitely need... You're going to find me jumping around a little bit. I do apologise for that. It's just because sometimes I forget stuff. So, such as this little detail here. Kind of ties it in quite nicely. Wonderful. Okay, and I might use the same one again. Which one did I just use? Oh, this one from Seasons. I think we should just use that one here as well. To be honest. And then I am also tempted to use the same fence as well. Just like, again, so the houses look like they belong next to one another. Rather than looking like completely different houses from completely different, like, streets. I might add a chimney on this house as well. And I think this one needs one too, so... My favourite one to use is the one... Is it from Cats and Dogs? My favourite one? I feel like it might be. I like this one from Growing Together as well, but... Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. We could use this one. I do like this. I think that looks quite nice. And then what I would probably do with this one is use this swatch instead. So it's like that. Okay. Yeah, that's looking quite cute actually. And then I might take some of these again and I might add them just here. Lovely. That came together quicker than the blue house, so I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest. But what I might do with this house is I might try and lay the floor plan out now. Maybe before we do that, we could put the windows in though at the back. That makes sense. Oh, and we need to add a back deck as well on here. Again, that's going to dictate where the kitchen probably goes, but I mean, we could have the back deck going off a living room. It's just that I typically will add one going off of a kitchen because I just think it makes more sense. Right, okay. That's looking fine. Let me just try and copy this actually, but we can just adjust the width. Because I'm being a bit lazy there, to be honest, but it's fine. Okay. Yes. Grab these again. perfect. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below what you're actually doing right now. Are you relaxing? Are you listening to me as you fall asleep? Are you gaming? Are you building in The Sims 4? Like, I'm always interested to know what people are doing when they're watching builds, sorry, not builds, videos like these. I'm always really intrigued. No, that one's better. Okay. Cute. Very cute. Yeah, I like these so far. I might, while I'm here, I might add some like paving going up to the houses. I'm probably going to change. Oh yeah, I don't like that at all. No, no, no. That's better. I think the landscaping is going to be interesting, that's for sure. But yeah. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, okay. That makes it easy. So what did we have? We had 3, didn't we? 1, 2, 3. And then we had this up here. Perfect. We didn't move that up. And then we had 2 of these. And then we had our little shutters as well. I love these ones from the Horse Ranch pack. I use them quite a lot. I wish they would add some to the base game. In like a free update. I think that would be good. Pop these up here. Perfect. Oh, we also need to pick out... See, this is what I mean. I'll start realising what I'm forgetting. We need to pick out some wood to go on the back decks. I might use this one from the Adventure Awaits pack. Because it's nice and crispy. I don't know why I keep saying things are crispy in this video, by the way. I really don't know. Let's get another one of these as well, but maybe change the swatch to... That one kind of works. Perfect. Oh, these houses look so nice next to each other. Oh, lovely. Okay, so if we floor plan now. Right. This is going to be difficult, I fear. But it's all right. We can do this. We can definitely do this. I might have a downstairs bathroom here. Which I know it might seem a little bit weird. This is actually a bigger house than I thought it was going to be. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but it's also kind of, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing right now, to be honest. I was thinking maybe the kitchen here, living, dining, and then I'm not entirely sure what this room would be. To be honest. It's a bit of a through room sort of situation. But we could have it as an office space, maybe. I really don't know. We'll have to sort of see how we get on with this one, I think. So if we do that going into there, and then I would like an archway going into the kitchen. Archway going in here. There's going to be a lot of archways in here, everybody. And I think I might split the space up. So if we do this. Wow, there's just so many archways. Kitchen, dining room, living room, downstairs bathroom, entryway, and this is just a through room. So like I said, you can do whatever you would like with this space. It could be, I don't know, you could just have a side table with a mirror on top of it. You could have a desk here, some bookshelves for your Sims to obviously read books. But I always have through rooms in my builds. It's just something that naturally happens when I floor plan. No one's called me out on it yet, actually. I'm quite surprised. I feel like it's probably because I call myself out on it quite often. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the upper floor. I think this is going to be more of a struggle than the other house, and we saw how much I struggled with that. This is such a big house. Like, I can't believe how big this house is. I'm so surprised. Honestly, I'm so surprised with this. I'm thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking yet. We will see what I am thinking. Yes, we will. Okay. What I try and do is I try and just naturally let the floor plan kind of work itself out. So like this, for example. I mean, that is a big hallway. You know, that is a very, very big hallway. I think it's about to be bigger in a second because I think that's going to be a bathroom. And then what if we did this actually? So that would be like the main bedroom with an ensuite, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Because you still have access to the other rooms. It's such a weird house. I don't know how I've managed to do this, but it's definitely very strange. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah, I don't know about this. Let's add some lights so that we can actually see what we're doing here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the family bathroom. Hallway. Ensuite, main bedroom, bedroom. I think that kind of works. I do. That's not too bad, actually. That was easier than that house. How does that work? Right, now we definitely need to add some more windows to this house. So, I'm thinking just maybe one in each of these bedrooms would do the job. And then I'm thinking same again in here, but for the living room, doing that. Whoops. I was just checking. I was trying to check the height, but the height's fine. So if we put, maybe a window here would be nice, I think. A window here. And then I might add 2 windows to the kitchen. Just there's plenty of light coming through. Again, I'm not really too concerned about how the windows look on the side. I'm not overly concerned at all. So let's do this and then this. Do we need a window there? I'm just thinking. And then I know that looks a bit odd, but then at least it matches up with that, so it looks a little bit more intentional. And do we necessarily need a window there? I'm going to keep it for now, but obviously if I change my mind, then that's fine as well. Okay, I think that might be that floor plan done as well, so that's good news. And then if we move on to our final house, let's see what we would like to do here. So, for a front door, I think I'd like to use... Oh, the Seasons one could be nice. It's been a while since I've used the Seasons one, and it is centered off to the left. But does that look a bit weird that all the doors are centered to the left? I'm looking at that door now, and I don't really like it. This could be a problem. This is my problem when I'm building in The Sims. I am so indecisive. I'll just go back and be like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I'm going to change that. And then I forget what I'm doing. Does anybody else do that? I know for the experience for you all watching right now, it's not the best. So for that, I do apologise. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't like that. It's too see-through. Oh dear. Which door do we want to use for this house? I don't know. That's nice, but I think it would mean that we would need to shuffle these round a little bit. Which isn't a problem, but... Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do a save as well. I can't remember the last time I saved. So we'll do a save. Okay. Yes. Do we want to move them over? Just so it looks a little less crowded there. Oh, in fact, and then that means we can actually move these over here. so they're not smushed up there. Yes, that makes more sense, I think. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Right, so for this last house, the windows are kind of spaced out like this, I think. Which I actually don't mind. Usually I'm like, no, I'm not doing that here. But I think this looks quite nice. And then we could have some longer windows there. I think that looks pretty good. Copy these stairs. Add the fencing. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm thinking we could probably use this same one again, but obviously in the whites. Oh, we've got green. Should we use green on these ones? Because I don't tend to do that, but I think maybe that looks quite nice because they've got the blue, they've got green, and that one's just got like the white colour. Although, did we get any? Oh, I don't really like that black. It's a little bit too harsh, I think, for that house because it's got more of a soft appearance, that house, I think. Okay. Do we want to widen these? I've just thought. No, I don't think so. No, that's better. Definitely like that. Okay. Let's add some of these along here. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Let's grab some of our corbels. How do you pronounce that? Someone have to let me know. Corbel? I want to say corbel, but I might be wrong. I'm hoping the inside of this house is going to be a little bit easier to floor plan compared to some of the other ones that we've tried to do so far. Oh dear. These aren't looking too bad next to one another though, I don't think. I think with some landscaping and things it's going to look pretty nice. Yes, okay. Now if we move on to the interior of our I was going to call it a greenhouse. Obviously the house that is green, I mean. Because start working out the floor plan here as well. So let's put the stairs here, which means we can kind of maybe do a living room here. And then perhaps a kitchen dining room. That could be a laundry room / bathroom. So this is going to be, compared to the other two, it's going to be a relatively simple floor plan, I think. But I do think it's going to work quite well. I've just realised I might use... no, not that one. Oh, that's quite a nice back door. But what we could do is we could like double it up. So that comes off the kitchen. Yeah, I quite like that. And then what I'm tempted to do here is put this wall maybe on a diagonal. Just so it doesn't look like... And we could even put the door on there so it looks a little bit more intentional. And it means we've got a little bit more space here as well. Okay, so you walk in and this is your living space, kitchen, dining room, and then the laundry room / downstairs bathroom. And if we get our windows, let's work this out. So I think, I mean, I might move these all the way over there actually. So then we've got room to have maybe like 3 windows here, like that. And then we could have 2 windows on the side here. Maybe one window there. And we definitely need some more windows in our living room. So let's pop 2 of them there. And then maybe just 2 windows there as well. Yeah, that works. We haven't even done our windows upstairs yet. What am I thinking? Right. Let's floor plan the upper floor before we consider doing anything else. This is quite a long and skinny house. So, I'm thinking of doing something kind of like this. So we might have, yeah, let's keep that there. This is going to be 3 bed, 1 bath, 2 baths, sorry. Yeah, main bedroom, 2 further bedrooms, the main family bathroom, laundry / bathroom. Yeah, I think that works for this house actually. And they're all family houses, which is nice. So let's grab our door and just pop these along here like that. Lovely. Okay, and then we need to work out where to put the windows on the side of the house. I don't think we necessarily need a window on this side, but I think 2 on that side could be nice because that is the main bedroom after all. Maybe just a singular one there. Oh no, wait, that's a bit mean. We maybe need 2 there and then just 1 here because they've already got 2 windows in that room. I don't want to overwhelm the space with too many windows. And again, it doesn't matter that none of these line up. I don't think, you know, we're not going to be looking at the house from the side, but maybe it would make more sense to have that lined up like that. I know it looks a bit odd in the room, but you know, rooms don't necessarily always have centered windows. So I think that's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, at least all the houses are now floor planned. So that is fantastic news. Which means hopefully now we can move on to the landscaping. And then, oh, I've just realised I haven't put any windows on this side of the house. We can move on to the landscaping in just a moment. Yeah, I wasn't going to add a window there, was I? But I have done. So there we are. Should we add one here as well? Too much? No, I think that's fine. Yeah, so now we can move on to landscaping. I think I'm going to struggle just a little bit with this, and I'm not really sure why I'm saying that. I feel like when I say that out loud, I'm definitely going to struggle with it. Whereas if I was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna smash this, everything's gonna be fine. But yeah, I'm just not sure that that's gonna be the case. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We will see. I think security is kind of important with these houses. So, you wouldn't want Sims just like wandering through, would you? So I'm tempted to kind of join them up with fences there and then separate the garden spaces. If we do that first, I think that would be good. So what we can do is we can do that. And then this house is obviously going to have the biggest garden because it's the biggest house. There. Oh, lovely. That actually worked out a little bit better than I thought it was going to. So that's great news. I don't think I'm going to add any like gates to any of the gardens. I don't really know why, but something in me is just telling me not to. So I'm not going to. Just realised I've completely forgotten to add all of these. So we're going to add them on there. Okay, lovely. Right, perfect. Oh, and also we need our window and we also need our little roof details here. might pop one under here actually. Right. Oh, and I've just realised we need these in these roof pitches, don't we? See, this is what I mean. I'm a nightmare. I really am. Especially when I'm building more than one house on a lot, because I just flick between them. Because like I said, I can't remember when, like nearer the start of the video, I just forget. I forget to add certain things, and yeah. Yes. So landscaping. Let's have, I tend to go into live edit and debug for landscaping. I'm not really sure why. I just think we've got a better selection of trees. So, yeah. It's a nice tree, but it just doesn't look very full. And it looks a bit cartoony. I talk about this quite frequently and say that obviously the Sims 4's art style, is more on the cartoony side naturally, but sometimes you can make it look too cartoony, you know, so you've almost got to work against that sometimes, and it takes me the longest time to choose trees. Like, honestly, it really does. I'm terrible. So yeah, I think I might be struggling here just a little bit, if you haven't already noticed. I really like this tree, but I think it's from Journey to Batu, and I've never actually used it before, but I am kind of tempted to use it because I like the way it looks. I think it looks really pretty, and I wouldn't mind going a little bit sort of over the top with the landscaping for these houses. If I can, I might have to size that down with tool actually. If we do 0.85 maybe, could work. Okay, and then I might add one on this side, but maybe is that a slightly different one? Because it's oh right, okay, yeah. Oh, that's from Batu as well. I'm sorry for using Journey to Batu for some of the landscaping, because I'm going to be honest, it's something that I haven't ever done. And I don't know why I'm deciding that this video is the one to do it with, but hey ho. Let's do 0.85 again. I haven't ever used these trees and they're really nice. I think they look pretty good. I don't know what it is about them. I just like them. And then what if we did like a bigger version of that just between these two? We could even just scale it down just a little bit. Like if we did 0.9. Like that. Ooh, I like the way these trees look. Oh dear. Oh dear. Journey to Batu coming in clutch here. What did I size this down to? I can't remember. Oh. What if you do 0.75? Yeah, okay. We definitely need some shrubs. I am partial to these ones from Base Game, but I also like these from Get Together. I like these. I use these quite frequently. So maybe we could use these alongside these, which is something I wouldn't usually do, but they look quite cute. And then I'd quite like to add some pops of colour, quote unquote. And I'm saying that loosely because, you know, we could very well change our minds and end up going with, I don't know, like white flowers, but these purple ones are cute. These are from the debug menu from Cottage Living. I do like these. I use these anytime I can use them. I will use them. I just think they look really cute. And we could definitely put one of these between these houses. And then maybe another one of these just behind, like that. And what we could even do is we could maybe use these just in a different colour. I like these though as well. I might use some of these just to bring out a little bit more freshness, because those are very white. They seem whiter than the ones from the base game. I might be like, that might not be accurate, but they're really pretty. I do like them. So let me just grab some of these, and then where are the flowers from Cottage Living again? Oh, it's because we're in shrubs. Let's go back to Cottage Living. Should we use purple ones across the board, or do you think we could get away with maybe using a different colour variation just here? I think we could get away with a different colour variation. Like that. That looks quite cute. I think we need something to kind of cover up the underneath there. Now, usually my go-to is this one from base game. So why break a habit? I think we should just use it. It just helps fill out this plant a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to go too over the top with the landscaping. I don't want to make it look like we haven't bothered with any, but equally I don't necessarily want to overwhelm the houses, you know? But I think some greenery could be nice. Obviously, if you download these, you can change whatever you would like. Just adds a bit of something. Okay. I think we should just stick with relatively simple landscaping. Relatively simple, you know? I don't want to go too over the top. Like, that's nice. That's just from base game. Let me just try and grab the one from Get Together, because usually I would use this one. And I do really, really like this one. So maybe we use that instead. Yeah, I just think there's something a lot nicer about that one. I'm not really sure what it is, but I just prefer it. And then thinking maybe even size one up, or is that a bit much? That could be a little bit much. So we could use tool. I mean, I might pop one there. And I might steal one of these purple ones. Again. How's that looking? I think that's looking pretty cute, actually. I haven't used this for a while. Oh, why do I feel the need to put that here? I don't know why I feel the need to put this tree here. I just have this need to do it. I think that looks really cute, actually. I like that. It's been so long since I've used this. If we put one here as well, would that look a bit strange, or would that look okay? Yeah, I think that... Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Okay. And then what we could do is we could just add a couple of these just round it. And then grab this again. Yeah. See, landscaping, in my opinion, makes all the difference. It really, really does. And while I know I'm, again, jumping all over the place, but while I'm thinking about it, I would like to add the sign. I'm sure they're from For Rent, the signs that you put outside the houses. I used to know where these were, just like at the click of a finger. Here we are. It's these ones here. So I'd quite like to add these outside the houses. Would it look silly if each of the houses had one of these outside? Or would it look okay? I don't know. Does it look a bit silly? Or does that look... Yeah, I feel like that looks silly. Maybe we could just have one over there. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, let's come out of For Rent. Go back to Live Edit and Debug. Okay, so we need to do a bit more landscaping over on this side as well. It's going to take our trusty bush. Just pop this in here. If we can squeeze that in, hopefully we can. Perfect. Grab another one of these. Okay, perfect. And then I might add the peach again. Okay, that's looking quite nice. Should we add this little guy on this side as well? But I'm thinking maybe of adding it here so it's a bit less obvious. Just like that. Yes. Then I might take this one. Pop it just in here. Okay. I think I'm going to size this down ever so slightly though. What if we did 0.8? 0.9 maybe. Yes. Okay. Definitely need some more bushes just out front here as well. Just so that, again, that they kind of match. Obviously, if you'd like to change any of this, then please, please, please feel free. I'm just doing what I would usually do when it comes to, like, you know, building and landscaping and stuff. But, you know, if your preferences are different to mine, then that is absolutely okay. I think, apart from doing some landscaping down the side of this house and then maybe some just further back here, and of course we've got to do the gardens as well, I think this is looking pretty nice. Something I would quite like to add is some grass detailing from Cottage Living. I think it's from, pretty sure it's in Live Edit. Yeah, it's like this grass detailing here. I don't know why, I'm feeling the need to add this to this particular build. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm rolling with it. I think there's also some smaller ones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like these ones here, look. I might add some of these just near the trees and stuff. Just adds a nice little bit of depth to the grass. I think the grass in The Sims 4 is quite flat. So sometimes I'll be in the mood to just add some of this grass detailing, which is what I've done here. So Cottage Living in the Live Edit menu, very, very handy for things like that. Okay, so what we need to do now is probably grab a few of these bushes. and just do some landscaping. I'm not gonna add too much, I don't think. Probably just enough to, you know, just give it a bit of a sprinkle. A sprinkle of landscaping. I mean, I suppose we could add one of these trees just here, because we've added them everywhere else, so we may as well. May as well add them here as well, right? Okay, we do need to add some terrain detailing just underneath our landscaping here as well. Just adds to the overall effect. I don't know whether to put like a mover's van outside or not. There's one in the debug menu. I'm pretty sure it just comes with base game. So maybe I could add that to the street using tool. That might be kind of a nice detail. I don't know yet. I don't know whether it would be just a little bit too much. I'm not sure. We'll see how we feel. But we definitely need to add some more landscaping to obviously the back gardens. We need to go onto the inside of the houses and partially furnish them as well. So obviously we've floor planned everything, but I promised you partially furnished. So we need to do that. So that means decorating the kitchens and the bathrooms so that when you move your sim families in here, you just need to worry about the rest of the rooms and you can really just put your own stamp on them. I think that's the terrain paint done on the outside. I'm just wondering if we should change these to black. I just had this thought then and thinking like the black, they look so much better. Do they or do they not look so much better? Sometimes I always find changing just the smallest detail on a build can make the biggest difference. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but like for me, that just makes it pop that little bit more. I think that looks really nice, actually. In fact, let me know in the comments down below which is your favourite house. I'd be really interested to know. I think now that we've changed the shutters to black, this one could be mine. Maybe not for the interior. The interior is a little bit strange. It's good though. I'd be really interested to see how you're all going to decorate these as well. So if you want to send me any pictures, then I'm RachelPedd on all social media platforms. So please feel free to just drop me a message. I would be so thrilled to see how you all decorate these. I really would. So what we're going to do now is we are going to start partially furnishing these houses so that they are ready for your Sims to move into. Now my plan here is to keep everything quite fresh and fun, but really make it quite neutral so that you and your Sims can just kind of move in here and really put your own stamp on it. So I don't want to do anything too silly with the interiors, to be honest. So I'm thinking just something kind of like this colour scheme would work quite well. And so obviously this is going to be your living space, so you can kind of decorate this however you see fit. This is going to be the kitchen dining space, and this is going to be the downstairs bathroom, the downstairs bathroom / laundry room. So what I'm kind of thinking here is putting, I mean, it's quite a big room, isn't it? So I'm not really sure how I'd like to do this. I'm actually rethinking this whole wall situation over here. So just bear with me for a second while I try to work this out. I think we should go for some of these neutral counters as well, because what I'm sort of thinking is having some kitchen space over here. We might change this up. I'm not 100% sure on this layout so far, because I think then you could have the dining table here. Would I put a dining table in for you all, or would you sort of do that yourselves? I'm not really sure. I mean, I could put one in and then I'll just keep it base game as well. I can put one in and then you can just decide if you want to change this up. Because remember, you are free to, of course, change anything that you would like to change. Do we just have some... Yeah, I'm just thinking of going like plain base game chairs. Just so that you can all see what the vision sort of is. I mean, you can put some bar stools along here if you wanted to. I'm going to decide not to do that, I think. In terms of the... Would we put the fridge over here? I'm thinking maybe the fridge over here. Again, I'm going to go base game. And then maybe the... I mean, to be fair, we could have the sink here. And then the cooker or the oven here. I'm going to stick with base game again, I think. I think this one would do quite nicely. And then have the sink in the middle of the island, you know? We do have these base game ones, but I think this one would be a bit better. To be fair, I think that works quite well. And then you can sort of have whatever sort of things you want over here. But my vision for this would, I think, be something along these lines. It might not work. But I would potentially have like a little sort of area here. And I'd have it maybe like a coffee area, like a coffee bar, is what I'm thinking. But again, you can do whatever you think would work best. Let's put one in the corner, put one over there. And then just do that. I think that looks quite homey, actually. You could definitely have a smaller table if you wanted to in here, but I think we're going to go for something like this. And then what I'm tempted to do is take this and then grab some tiles to just go behind the counters here. So tiles, I'm thinking base game again would be good. Now the house is green. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to go for like a green back, but that might be quite nice. Okay, and then you could maybe have the door there so it's centered to the window. Or the windows, sorry. So that would be your kitchen space. And then, oh, in fact, would we tile half the kitchen? I'm just thinking now, would we tile half of this kitchen? Just to really help split this area up. Oh, I don't mind that actually. You can obviously, if that's not working for you, then please change it. And it's kind of nice as well because it means that this space is more square. So I think that works quite nicely. What I will do is I'll pop some lights just above this kitchen island here as well. You could definitely do a double sink situation here too if you wanted to. It just makes it look a little bit fancier and it helps balance it out too. So maybe we put two... Oh, does it look a bit silly with two sinks? I don't know. But then I also feel like maybe we could do this instead and then just have this completely free. Would we do that instead, I wonder? We can have a play around with things and see how everything sort of feels. And again, I think I want to go base game because I think relatively recently got some new, these lights here. We got some of these in the base game. So I might just pop 2 of them here. Oops. What do we think? Unless we do that. They look quite nice, right? Fresh and fun. I mean, you could even have some more space over here if you really, really wanted to. I'm not sure whether I will, but I might just see how it feels because what I'm tempted to do is put one of these here, you see. And then grab this. It just gives a bit more space. I could even pop a microwave down. Just so that you can see what I was kind of envisioning for that. And then pop a coffee machine over here. Is what I'm thinking. How's that feeling? I don't think that looks too bad. It's a very, very, very big space compared to the sort of size of the house. But I think these houses are just spacious houses. So I think they work quite well. Okay, so over here, like I said, we're going to have a laundry room / bathroom. So I'm thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking at the moment, to be completely honest. We need the washer and dryer. We'll just probably go white, I think. And then the dryer... I'm not sure if any of the other houses would have space for a laundry room. I really don't know. And then you can have sort of like the bathroom area over here, you see. So I'm thinking of adding a shower bath combination along with a toilet, and then maybe the sink could go underneath the window. Maybe. Oh, I really like this sink from Growing Together, but obviously it's not base game. But I'm not sure whether that really matters. Or would you have the sink there? And then maybe the toilet there? Because your Sims can still access that, and it means that we can have a mirror above the sink as well. That probably makes the most sense, right? Does that come in a white swatch? I feel like that's quite blue. Although we could use that instead. Okay. Remember, partially furnished so that you can just add whatever you feel you need to put in here. But I don't think that's too bad actually. So that kind of shows where everything would be. Let's grab our floors here and just pop them in here. Now, I believe this is going to be the upstairs bathroom. So let's just grab our tiles, make sure everything matches. Feel free to change the colours of the walls. I'm just going to keep everything quite simple and neutral. So for the banisters on here, I'm thinking of just going with like a base game one, like that. And then of course we're going to need to fully furnish the bathroom. In fact, let me just pop downstairs because I'm not sure I like the swatch of this. I'm sure there's a fresher one. There we are. So I'm going to tuck that in here. I think I might add... It's quite a big bathroom, so I think I might struggle just a little bit here with where to put everything. But I'm tempted to add some counters just along the back. But maybe change the swatch to the white swatch. And then have the sink in the middle. I never know which sink to put in bathrooms because obviously the ones that we got from base game, that's probably the most, I would say, bathroom looking one. But I always struggle just a little bit. And then I'd like to put a mirror above here. That's way too big. So maybe we just use the same one that we've used downstairs. Yeah, that does work. And then we've got plenty of room for just things in here, haven't we? Which is great. I'll pop a laundry basket in here. So we've obviously got laundry downstairs. So I think that makes sense. And then I just need to add the little toilet roll holder. And then I'll let you all sort of decide which curtains you would like in this particular bathroom. And then I think that's that house done, right? Just partially furnishing, which does save me a job. And like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these houses, which is nice. Should we remove these windows and pop in a fireplace? I'm just thinking, should we maybe consider doing that? Oh, that's nice, because we've got plenty of windows in here. I mean, if we wanted to, we could add a window on either side of the fireplace. That could be quite a nice addition. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I feel better about that actually. Okay, so that's the house on the left done. Now I'm just having a look at the exterior. What I like to do is I like to kind of match the exterior with the interior as best I can in terms of colour schemes. So we've gone for quite a light wood here. Now this house is also very light. So I'd quite like to use a different wooden floor though, just to kind of differentiate all of the different houses. So maybe we could look at this but in a different swatch. I mean, that's probably as pale as you can go. And I don't want to go too dark with it. That's too orange for me. I don't want to go grey. I just don't. So maybe we look at just a completely different flooring altogether. Let's have a think here. I don't really want to go white. I we could go white and keep it really fresh. You know? I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. This is going to be the kitchen, isn't it? I'm sure this is going to be the kitchen. Okay. Let's just see how we're feeling with all this. Wallpaper. I'm not really sure what I'd like to go for. Maybe just like a plain neutral one would be good. Because that kind of matches the exterior quite nicely. Although I think that's quite pinky. I mean, that's quite cold looking. But it probably works a little bit better. Okay, and then in terms of tiles for the kitchen, I don't really know what I want to do in here. I mean, we could go with these, but I'm not sure if I like them with the tile unless we do this. And do wooden flooring in the kitchen. And that's obviously the dining room, the living room. Because what I could do is I could just do the same thing again and maybe pop a table in here just to illustrate that this is the dining room. We could put the table there like that. That's quite nice actually. Living room, again, should we do the same thing that we did over here and pop the fireplace in? But maybe with, again, windows on either side? Because again, we're not gonna see too much of that side of the house, so I think that could work quite nicely actually. Okay, and then this is going to be the downstairs bathroom. We could also make this a laundry room, to be fair. If you wanted to have laundry in here, you definitely could. So maybe, oh no, actually the room's not as big as I thought. So let's just do the same thing that we've been doing. Let's add our toilet in. I'm just gonna go with base game because I think it's better. Although I prefer the look of that toilet. It looks, I don't like this one. It's very boxy, I think. So I'm gonna switch them out. And then would we perhaps have the sink over here? Oh, we actually could have a washer and dryer in this room as well, so I might do that. I'll see how it looks, see how we feel with it. Because we could do that and then have just like a decorative like corner unit in here, you know, kind of like this. Let's put our kitchen roll in. Kitchen roll? I meant bathroom toilet paper. Kitchen roll, what am I thinking? I might just use the same mirror because I'm thinking that you're probably going to change quite a lot in this house when you move in. Or these houses, sorry, I just wanted to kind of try and illustrate where I imagine things are going to go, you know? And then I think with this house, I'd quite like to use a different... I mean, it'd be quite ironic if we used green, considering this house has the green tints, and then we use the green in here. So maybe that's not the best idea. And then the same with that one, I'm tempted to use blue in this one because that's the blue house, so I'm going to do that, which means, should we just go white in here? White on white, but we could use the black top, the countertop. Let's see how this feels. And then we could do like a similar sort of setup, you know, where we've got the same thing going on over here. Obviously change the swatch there. I mean, it's a big kitchen space, isn't it? Again, with the big kitchen spaces, honestly. I don't know what I was thinking, because I don't really want to put counters all along here, I don't think. we could, and then we could put like an island to try and split up the space just a little bit. Or is that weird? Oh, I never know what to do with these ginormous kitchens, honestly. I always get really, really stuck. But to be fair, what we could have is we could have more of like a casual breakfast bar or breakfast table over here is what I'm thinking. Do we have a smaller table from base game that we could use? Or I could put this in here, again, just to illustrate where I imagine everything would go. Like that. And I could put the bar stools in here for sure. Like that? Is it a bit of a weird space? Or is it just me? Oh, I don't know. Let me just grab 2 of these. In fact, I might just put 1 of these in here and keep it the same size rather than sizing it down like we did in the previous kitchen. I don't know how I feel about all this. Or would we have like this and then maybe add another one of these? I'm so indecisive, it's just not even funny at this point. Does that... I feel like that probably works a little bit better, right? Kind of like that. That's probably laid out a bit better. I get very overwhelmed with big spaces, especially kitchens. I don't know what it is. I panic. Let's grab a kitchen sink and we can definitely put that in the middle there because it's definitely centered. I think that works quite nicely. We'll pop the cooker over here, steal the same cooker, and then I'm thinking of putting the fridge. Do you know what? We could actually put the fridge over here and do something just a little bit different. And then we could take one of these and pop that over there. So it looks more like a built-in unit sort of situation. And I've just realised I've forgotten once again the bins in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Why am I like this? Honestly. I really don't know. Let's move them back a little bit. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. It just illustrates where I imagine everything going, and it gives you all, I think, a pretty good idea of where you should put things. I might take out that archway though and replace it with a slightly slimmer one. Like this, so it's not taking up the entire wall. I just think that looks a little bit better. Okay, and then that means we can move onto the upper floor now. So let's just pop all of our flooring down and then all of our walls. And then I've just realized as well, I think we said this was going to be the main bathroom, and then this is going to be the ensuite. Let's grab this banister. Oh no, not the banister, sorry, technically it's fencing, but obviously we like to put that just up there. Okay, right. Oh, we need that painted. And then this is the main bedroom, the ensuite, and then the main family bathroom. So I'm going to obviously furnish the ensuite and the main family bathroom. So I'm just going to use the same decor here. Oh, that fits beautifully in there. This is a huge bathroom. This is huge. This is humongous. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I think we're gonna probably struggle to fill the space up, but we're gonna do our best. Oh, we switched the toilet out, didn't we? I've just realised. Yes, we did. We switched that toilet out. Let me grab the sink. I was going to do a double sink situation in here, but I don't think I'll do that. But what I might add is I might add these mirrors because it's a fancy bathroom, isn't it? Very big bathroom. That's what I like about these houses. There's plenty of space for you and your Sims. I just think it think it's nice. Obviously, you can do whatever you would like with this space. I think most of you will probably be able to decorate this a lot better than me, but I'm just sort of, again, illustrating what each of the rooms are. But what I could do is I could definitely add... I'm thinking of adding this cabinet just here. Oh, and then we need a laundry basket as well, don't we? Because we've got laundry in this house. So I'm going to add the laundry basket just over here, I think. Perfect. And then for the ensuite, again, it's a really good size, so we can fit a bath, shower combination in here. And then... would we have that over there? And then maybe just a freestanding sink? I just love this one from Growing Together. It's just super fresh. Oh, so indecisive today. I don't know what's going on with me. Let's pop that there. And then let's add this again just over here. Nice and straightforward. Nothing too fancy going on there. And I think that's the second house done. Fantastic. And then finally, moving on to our final home here. Now, we've got something quite interesting going on here in that we've got an enclosed porch sort of situation. So I am tempted to use the same wood that we've used on the decking, maybe? I'm saying that with hesitance because I'm not entirely sure if that's like realistic or not, but hey ho. I'm thinking of going for maybe a pale blue in this house, but I don't know whether that'd just be too much. Maybe it would be too much. I don't know. Let's have... I'm sure we've got a nicer blue. I mean, we've got this one. That's quite nice. It's fresh. We don't have to use it in all the rooms though, you know? And I think I might use the same flooring from the first house. But I'm going to use this tile, I think, in the areas that need the tile. Yeah, maybe like, 'cause that's going to be the kitchen, obviously. And then this is the living room, isn't it? So we need to grab a fireplace. Just like that. Oh, I'm not sure about that wall colour, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I don't know, there's just something about it. Maybe we just go for like the typical blue colour. I think that could be quite nice, actually. And then for tile... oh, we've got this. I like this, actually. Because it is a blue house. So I think we could use that in here. Oh, that's nice, actually. I might decorate the kitchen first. Pop that on there. Okay. Because that's going to be the dining room. Well, the dining space. It's technically a separate room. But that's going to be the dining space. Again with the big kitchen. What is going on? I'm not mad about it because it just means that you and your Sims have more room in this house. But I don't know. Like, I just wasn't planning on this at all. And then I'm going to add, obviously, the kitchen island as well, because I just think it helps separate the space a little bit. Might move them further forward, actually, and add bar stools in here. Because I think we're going to need extra seating, just because the dining space is slightly smaller than the other houses. But that's okay, I'm alright with that. Let's pop our fridge in. I'm trying to use the same appliances to make them somewhat the same. And then adding the kitchen sink. Oops, no, not that. Kitchen sink probably here, and then the cooker over here, I would say. Just like that. Perfect. Right, now we need to add our cabinets in the blue swatch, of course. think that probably looks best. Ooh, I quite like this kitchen. It's been a while since I've done a nice blue kitchen, but I like it. I like it a lot. Right, we need our lights. It would help if I could grab them. Do we have a blue light? We do, but is that a bit too much blue? Should we go white? I think maybe we should go white. Oh dear. Right, let's do the same as what we've been doing in the previous houses. I'm going to pop a dining room table in here. I think I'm just going to add this one and then use these chairs. You could definitely fit a bigger table in here if you wanted to, but I'll just illustrate with that particular table, I think. I think it makes it easier for us all. Okay, perfect. The living room, it's nice. I think I like the fact that we've got this in here as well, you know, so that you can, it's an enclosed porch, so you could definitely put some seating in here and things like that. And some like units maybe along here where your Sims can take their coats off, take their shoes off and things. So I like that. It's not something that I typically add to my builds, but I think that looks really nice. So downstairs bathroom, again, relatively simple to decorate. I don't want to go too nuts with it. We might just be fitting a shower in this one though. That's interesting. And then our toilet and sink. But that's all right. It's a bit more of a variation. I think it's too easy to kind of fall into the same or similar, you know, like layouts and setups and things. So it's kind of nice that we're doing something a little bit different for this one. And then our mirror. Then we just need our toilet roll just alongside the toilet here. Right. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then if we move on to the upper floor. Please feel free to change the colour of the paint. I'm just kind of doing it, you know, so that they're coloured. So that they're coloured in, you know. I'm trying to grab this fencing, but it's not working. There we go. Okay, and then let's grab our tile. I think we've just got the one bathroom up here, haven't we? It's just the main family bathroom, because that's the main bedroom. If you wanted to put a skinny ensuite in here, then you definitely can do that. And then these are just the other two bedrooms. So this is a really tiny bedroom, but that's okay. It could be a nursery or an office, and then that would be probably a kid's bedroom or whatever you want it to be, really. I think it's important that we fit a shower bath combination in here. Otherwise, if you are moving in here with like young Sims, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to shimmy that over there, I think. I'm going to put the toilet here, and then I might put counters all along the back there with a sink in the middle again. It's surprised me, honestly, that we can fit that in here, because I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a very small bathroom. But the only problem is, where would I put the mirror? Oh, I could put a mirror on either side, I suppose, as long as that doesn't look too silly. I'm hoping it doesn't, but we'll see when we do it. Let's have a look. I suppose it depends which mirrors we use. If we use, which ones am I thinking of from the base game? They're like these, but just the slimmer version of it. And I always have trouble finding them for some reason. Let me just filter by base game. That might be a little bit easier. There they are. Maybe we do that. Yes, I think that looks better. I'll pop a laundry basket in here as well. Where's the laundry? Oh, did I not put one in that one? I put one in this one though. Okay. Are we going to fit a laundry basket in here? Oh yeah, because we can just put it in front of that, because obviously that space. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Have I finished decorating all of these houses? Oh, we have. I just need to sort out the back gardens now, and then we're done. That's exciting. Okay, so I'd like to put a tree in each of these gardens, I think. Maybe just like a tall, skinny one. Kind of like that, but I like this. This is my favourite tree. Well, one of my favourite trees. So, in fact, I think I might put one over here. And then we can maybe add a bigger one to that garden, because is it slightly bigger? Not really, but just to put a bit of variation in, I'd quite like to add just a different tree if I can. Like that one. I love this one, but I don't know whether that takes up too much room. But it's so nice though. It's so pretty. It takes up quite a lot of space, but it's nice. I don't know what to do about the landscaping in the back gardens. Do we just add maybe a few bushes, and then you can then decide how you would like to decorate these? I might do that instead, rather than going like full pelt with it, you know? So maybe add just some bushes. Nothing too out there. I did add some bins off camera as well, because I knew that I was going to forget the bins, because I always forget the bins. Always, always, always. So I thought, if I add them now while I remember, then I'm not going to forget. And then maybe we could just add a few touches of some, you know, trees and bushes and things, but not overwhelm the space. So like here, for example, we can pop this little tree. I think these look really good out front. I'm quite impressed with how they look. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to do anything too silly here, but... Okay, and then where are we going to put it in this garden? Probably here, I would say. Yeah, nice. Like I said, I want to leave some bits up to all of you. I would. I don't want to overwhelm any of the spaces. Just pop a little bit of terrain paint under here. So obviously I won't add any swing sets or anything like that, because I don't know the family dynamics that you have in mind for the families that you're going to be moving in here. So I want to keep everything, you know, relatively kind of neutral, so that you can just put your own mark on these houses. Just going to put that under this tree. Yeah. Then just pop a little bit more terrain paint under here. Perfect. We've got the bins, we've got some landscaping, but not too much. I'm going to let you kind of do what you need to do there. We finished our houses. I am so, so, so happy. So now that we've finished, let's do a really quick walkthrough. So we've got the exterior of our houses here. What I'll do before I upload these to the gallery as well is I will split these into 3 different units, so that obviously you can move in 3 different families and just sort of play them out how you see fit. But we've got out the front of our houses here. We've just done the back, so I don't know why I'm showing you the back now. But each of them has their own garden, which is really nice. And then if we start with the first one, so you walk into the living room and you've got the staircase in the living room as well. But I actually like that about this house. It just gives really cozy vibes to me. And then we've got our humongous kitchen. Look how open this space is. It looks so nice. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. And then we've got our downstairs bathroom and laundry room. Again, such a good size. This house was, honestly, when I first built it, I was like, oh, this is going to be the smallest one. But there's so much room, and I'm really pleased with that. And then if we move upstairs, we've got our main family bathroom. We've got our 2 bedrooms, which could be kids' bedrooms, they could be offices, they could be a grandparent's bedroom, hobby rooms, whatever you would like them to be. And then I think this would be the main bedroom, because it's at the front of the house, is how I would kind of do that. And if you wanted to, you could definitely put an ensuite in here, which I think would be a nice touch. I've just chosen not to do that, because I wanted the houses to be a little bit different from one another. So that is the first house on the left. And then if we move on to our second house here, you walk in, we've got our laundry room and bathroom combination just on the right hand side of the house. And then if we move forward, we've got our kind of, I call these a through room. I typically add these to builds, and they just allow your Sims to go off to the other rooms. On the right hand side here, we've got our living room, which is beautiful because we've got this really nice big bay window here, which I think looks fantastic. We've got our dining room here. I have put a dining room table down. Obviously, please feel free to change that if you would like, but it is base game. So if you're downloading this, then that will appear in your game. Just that it illustrates what I had in mind for the sort of layout of the houses, and I've done that for each and every one of them. And then we've got our kitchen here as well. I think the layout of this works quite nicely. If you want to change it, please feel free. If you've got a different way in mind that you'd like to lay this out, then that makes more sense to you, then definitely do that. I think I might just center those windows as well, or I could split them up, in fact, and then maybe move that one there. That makes more sense. Okay, and then we've got the back porch. We've got a back porch on the first house as well. And then if we move on to the second floor, we've got a huge family bathroom. It is huge. You can definitely fit a lot of items in here, which is great. We've got our big landing, and then we've got our ensuite off the main bedroom, and then we've got 2 further bedrooms just here. If you wanted to make these a little bit bigger, you could definitely push this wall back. I'm not going to, because I think those rooms are a nice shape and size just as they are. So that's our second house. And then moving on to the final and third house. This is the blue one just on the end here. So you walk in, we've actually got an enclosed porch on this house, which I love. I never add these to my builds, but it's such a nice area for your Sims to relax in. So I can imagine you adding like a nice little seating area here, and then if we move into the house, we've got the living room here. We've got the downstairs bathroom, which does come off of this room here. If you wanted to move the door, you absolutely can. I just felt it was better for the door to be off of this room rather than the living room. I just thought that worked a little bit better in terms of functionality. And then we've got our kitchen here. This is probably my favorite kitchen of the 3. I just think it's got a really nice balance, and I think it looks really pretty. And then we've got also a separate dining space here as well, which I think works quite nicely. And then moving on to the upper floor, we've got the main family bathroom. So we've got 2 bathrooms in this build, but we've only got 1 on the upper floor. We've got our landing here. We've got our main bedroom just on the right, second bedroom and third bedroom. I would maybe have this as either a nursery or an office, however you sort of would like to play that out. And then we've got a back porch here as well. But that is all of our houses done. I am so pleased with how these turned out. Again, if you'd like to send me any screenshots from gameplay and show me which Sims you've moved in here, that would be incredible. I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. If you'd like to download them, they are available to download from the gallery right now under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd, and tray files will be listed down in the description box just down below as always. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. You all take care, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.